do you do for a living?
No, it's my sales that's what I do. Construction.
Housewives of Durban is an actually interesting one, and as we see in each episode, we see a whole lot of drama, a whole lot of content. Yes, so in the extent, I'm so happy that Annie had grown to be a better person, different from what we saw season 1, season 2. And initially, I thought maybe she was just acting it up, but with these 5 episodes we've seen so far, I must say Annie had grown to become a better person. Nonku keep being a messy person, and Jojo is so messy, and she's not ready to even change. But to an extent, I will actually give Nonku accolades for carrying this show on her head, because every season she's always doing so much to give us content. She's always having, and she's so vulnerable, and she just brings everything so real. It doesn't seem like, okay, I'm hiding I'm hiding my imperfections. I'm hiding a whole lot of things about myself. Nonku is so real, and she give us everything just as it is. Yes. This is a Chase with Loba, and I do everything entertaining. I do movie reviews, reality TV shows reviews, among my video very first time, I beg you to subscribe, because you always get value and everything entertaining to watch. Yeah, and if you are a returning subscriber, I'm so grateful that you're always returning to watch my video. I am so grateful. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the very first thing we're introduced to was that of Jojo and Maria. So it's not so much of any content. So you just add this ride and that's it. And talk about all of the surgery they do. So the very first thing I think which has something more what to be talked about was Sane and Mbali's meeting. And Mbali is one of the main cast of this show, but she is so absent. Yes, there was an episode where she did not even appear at all, and for this episode she only appeared on this scene where she had this conversation with Sane. It was actually very wonderful that she talked sense to Sane. Yeah, because Sane is this person. We all knew how Sane came to the group and how she was so attacking, how she attacked Lundy and the rest, and even every other person. Then Annie said. So it's so wonderful that Mbali was there to talk sense to her, and I like the way Mbali did the conversation. I like the way Mbali had the conversation with her, because Mbali was able to tell her, like, you're faulty, you're not a perfect person, I know, and you have a lot to dealing with. So she actually told her all of this and told her that she joined the group, and the way she joined the group, it's a way that to make every person on the group want to stay away from her. The way she attacked Lundy, because they feel she will always do the same. And Mbali actually talked to her, and I was so grateful that to an extent she felt she was remorseful about what she had done, and with this she should be able to do better. So that was that for that very first scene. Then the next scene we had was Slee and a visit to a spiritual father. So she went to meet this man where she complained about everything that had been going on the group, and he advised her, but it's more like of a religion kind of context or concepts of a thing. So I don't know what religion is that. So this man advised her that she just has to be calm, and she always gets to be in a situation like this, but she should always take control of herself and not go physical with anybody. After this, they showed Nonku and a friend. So the friend name is Sia, and she talked about how she has fallen in love and the rest, and how she wants to get to parking or be together with this man. And they had one very conversation about her being an independent woman. You know, Nonku had been a single mother for a very long time, so it's very hard for her. So she talks about how very hard it is for her to be submissive to this and new man. Is it not Tilly or so? So it's okay, that's the name of her child. So she talked about being submissive and how they've had issues because she's not a submissive woman. It is understandable, and I guess the man should understand that she's an independent woman for a very long time, so she will actually have to struggle being a submissive woman to someone. Yeah, and if he could understand that, I think they will have to do better. Yes, to an extent. So I kind of like the fact that Nonku had actually understood that she not being submissive is an issue. So it's now left for her to want to work on maybe, okay, how she can be submissive, or let this man know that I'm not a submissive woman, and can he cope with a woman who is not submissive. So it should be a conversation she should go back and have with a man. Yeah, so that was that for that. And the next scene we had Nonku and no, we had Sorisha and Maria. You know, so Maria had always complained about how Sorisha does not like her, Sorisha doesn't like her. So now, and she told Annie, and Annie had told Sorisha. So now Sorisha had taken the very big step to have this meeting with Maria and make them be in good terms. So Maria actually talked about everything, and now they are cool. Yeah, so it's actually very wonderful that Sorisha and Maria are now They're not even having issue before. It was just Sorisha wanting to, I said Sorisha, so just Maria like thinking too much about it. And I feel so bad that she was not invited to the event, but it is what it is. But now they are cool and they now understood why they felt like that. So after that, we had Sorisha, Maria, and Slee. So Sorisha, Maria, and Slee met, and they talked about how Nonku. So Slee told them how Nonku and Jojo had been on her neck and all the drama that have been happening. And Maria, so after everything Slee explained to them, I feel Sorisha and Maria are ready to side with Maria and Sorisha were ready to side with Slee. And for the fact that Sorisha actually knew when all of this app started, and she understood that Nonko is a trouble. Yeah, yeah. I've always said that Nonko is a trouble here because she sold Slee cheap to Nonko, and she did not really value the friendship she had with Slee. If she had valued the friendship she had with Slee, she would have not kind of tell what's the name, Jojo, what she told Jojo that the very first day they met, and she was like, "Oh, Slee does not like you." It's so childish to an extent. Yeah, I understand that some people can be very honest; they don't know how to filter word, but this word you need to learn that. If you don't know how to do that, to learn how to do that. So after that, they had this Jojo, Annie, and Nonko, and to an extent, this season Annie had been avoiding Jojo, Nonko, and Jojo now have this friendship with Nonku, and she's also friend with Annie. So she actually brought them together so probably they could actually meet and have to get to understand themselves better or talk, and they can sort things out. It's not like they have issue, but these two people, for with the relationship they had season one, season two, they just knew like they're always having different views, they are always having issues. So they didn't just want such thing to repeat itself, and they've just been avoiding themselves. And seeing that they are now in the same space, and because Jojo is now friends with these two people, she just needs to make them come together, and it was very wonderful. And this is another part where I will upload Annie again. When they had this meeting, so they brought up the issue of Slee, how Slee told them she's done with them and the rest. And I like the fact that Annie did not take side with them. Annie only judged the matter, or she only commented about it based on what she know about Slee and not what she's been told. And that is a very applaudable something to do. You don't just, when people tell you things, you don't just kind of accept everything. Okay, I accept what you've told me, but this is what I know about this person. It's a very good one. Yeah, it's actually very wonderful to see Annie do that. Then Maria, Sorisha, and Jojo, they met and they actually have this conversation about what Slee had told them. So now Slee, Jojo had felt so bad about this conversation. Maria, Sorisha, and Jojo, they asked Jojo about everything and her issue with Slee. So she actually explained herself too. And I like the fact that Sorisha and Maria stood with Slee. Like they did not really, really sell her cheap to Jojo. And they actually thought probably Jojo had been influenced by Nonku, because Nonku had been perceived as a drunk here. Season two she had this drinking issue, and they feel like probably Nonku had influenced Jojo. So they asked Jojo if she drank during the event and the events and the rest. And one thing, all of this back and forth is just so necessary for me, because all of them just have to understand that Nonku is the issue here. Nonku, I think I've even said it. They said this in my former review or former episodes, that Nonku should have just been the one who can. Nonku is the one that can correct all of this, and she's still the one who is still making all of this happen, because she's friends with these two women. She's friends with Jojo. She's friends with Slee, so she should be able to know what she tells this and what she tells that. So and the way she had handled her friendship with them had actually been one thing that is making these two women not to understand or get to understand themselves. Yes, so that is that. And Noko needs to learn how to filter. She does not filter. She does not know what to filter, what to tell, and what not. And I think this is like the basic reason why Jojo and Slee are not having good relationship. So all of this Maria is doing, trying to hear from this person, trying to hear from that person, so it's not necessary. Nonku is the issue here, and when Nonku stop being the issue, all of these two people will understand themselves very, very well. So that's that. So we had the episode ended with Nonku bringing a man to meet a family. So our very first child, that's to be the from the from season one, we actually had a lot of content around this child because of being daughter to one of the wives and one of the housewives, that's Ayanda. So the girl had actually grown. Yeah, she's grown so well. Then Nonku told her about a new man and how he will be coming to visit alongside her mother, Mama Queen. So this is when I say Nonku always bring content every season around her family. Like aside from, she brings even content when it comes to the cast of the show, and she still bring content from her own side, just as one of the cast of this show. So she brought a man and introduced him to a family. Then okay, so one funny thing about this introduction was the kids, that's a man's daughter, I don't know the name, then also Nonko's first daughter. So their comments about it, and the girl was very, very sincere, just as Nonko will always be. But I hope will also learn how to filter words. So she was like, it's so weird. And the fact that the man have not always, and the fact that our mom had not always brought man, home and the rest. So it feels weird and it's very understandable now. Now, probably they'll be having a stepfather and the rest. So it's understandable and that way feeling can always happen. Then for the daughter, that's the man's daughter, where she said she hope Noko will be the last woman. I was like, oh my god, this girl don't drop. She don't drop bomb. Okay, she has dropped bomb. Yeah, because it's so like so he has been bringing different people. So it's actually very wonderful. And also like the man, the fact that he was truthful to an extent. He talked about how he does not go to church and he does not want to seem like a perfect person, but he still like he prays and talked about how he had been to jail and the rest. And also he promised Mama Queen that she'll be getting a car. So that was that for everything. And with what we'll be expecting this next episode, from what we saw, things will go gaga, like it will go south. Because we saw clips of like things going like things getting messy. So it is what it is. So we're just looking forward to episode 6 of this reality TV show. And this is the gist of that. And thank you for watching my review.